Welcome to the Biz Bash podcast, where we make biz strategy a piece of cake. I'm Elisabeth.
And I'm Cami, but you might know us better as Eliza and Calligraphy and Cami Monet. We want to help you, our fellow stationers, artists, and calligraphers, confidently build a profitable and personality-driven creative biz.
We're here to share our honest-to-goodness advice and actionable strategies for ambitious artists.
So put on your party hat, quit being a procrastinator gator, and let's get this party started.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Biz Birthday Bash podcast with me, Elisabeth, and Cami. We are very excited to be with you today, and today's episode is all about recapping Cami's wonderful Sip and Shop event, which we both keep calling Sip and Ship. I do not know why. So if we slip up and say that, don't judge us. It's just like easier, but her Sip and Shop event, which I flew down to surprise her for. So I guess we should really start there.
Yes, we should probably start with you flying down to surprise me. And also a little backstory in case you don't know what the heck is going on.
Yes.
I opened a brick and mortar shop, a very small little bitty shop in my new studio space, and decided to do not really a grand opening, but kind of a grand opening because I just wanted to start, letting the community know we were here and come in and see what we built kind of thing. And I thought, what better way to do this than a little holiday sip and shop to get everyone kind of excited for the holidays. And all kind of started because I was interviewed by this local realtor and she was like, do you have any events you want to promote? And I was like, yep, I sure do. Next week we're doing something. And everyone was like, are you serious? And I was like, yep. So, that is basically why I decided to do it at that time. And then looking at the calendar of November and December and just seeing there really was like no other time. And I wanted to kind of get the ball rolling, the momentum going. And I was like, all right, we're doing it next week. And that is what happened. So there we go.
Yes.
A little
and
backstory.
You guys, it definitely got the word out because Cami and I were just recording another episode. It's not going to come out until next year, but there was a customer in her shop because I was like, Cami, I feel like I hear like one of your employees. She was like, sorry, it's a customer. And I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, we definitely have a few, and it's been good. I think we had around 100 people at that event, and people keep telling their friends, and people saw it. So it definitely, kind of kickstarted things for us, which was good because I was like, I have this shop all decorated for the holidays. Like, I need people in here, or what's the freaking point?
Yeah, exactly. So backpedaling a little bit, I was in Orlando for the weekend of November 7th for Cami's baby shower. It was the 7th, yes? Yes, correct. Okay. And what was the date of why can't I think of the date the Sip and Shop was?
November 17th.
17th. Thank you. I was like, it wasn't the 14th because it wasn't a Sunday. Okay. So after I drove home from Cami's baby shower, I decided to drive that trip. It worked out really well because I had a little Airbnb and I was running all over town doing errands and stuff. It was basically like I got back on a Monday and the next Tuesday I was like, I think I should go to Cami's Sip and Shop, which was in literally like 8 days at that point. So I kind of started looking at some flights because I was like, this is just a big thing. And yes, I know Cami wants to do more of like a formal grand opening, but this is still like the first shebang for the shop. Like I want to be there. I want to support her. So I started asking Alex, her husband, some questions of like, hey, like logistics wise, would it work for me to come down? Like, what are your thoughts? How is Cami feeling? Like, would this completely overwhelm her? Just trying to like get a temperature gauge on the situation. So it actually worked out great because I ended up staying with Alex's parents who have just like adopted me as another daughter. It's freaking fantastic. And Cami's mother-in-law is also Elisabeth, so we're just like two little peas in a pod. I forgot to tell you this, Cami, but I sent your mother-in-law.
I know.
I texted her this whole rant about.
She said
gardenias.
The gardenias. She's like, does she think I was a gardenia expert? I was so confused, but I just went with it, and it was supposed to go to your.
Yes, and then I realized the next day I was like, that was the wrong Elisabeth. I know too many Elisabeths apparently. I'd meant to send it to the Elisabeth who owned the home before me. So many Elisabeths. Okay, so I figure out all of my accommodations and my flights and everything. And Alex knows, and obviously Cami's in-laws know. But I didn't tell Jacqueline, her employee, until like literally like I was about to get on the plane, and I sent her a picture of the little like Orlando sign, and I was like, guess what? Like, I'm coming. So the funniest part was when I landed at like 7 p.m. and I had to figure out a way to make sure that Cami like wasn't going to go to bed just because she had been getting ready for it. I flew out like Tuesday night before the event on a Wednesday. And so I was like texting her like really probing, annoying questions throughout the day.
I was like, why is she being so weird? She's like, well, what time are you going to bed? I was like, I don't know. Like, whenever I fall asleep. She's like, well, what time do you normally go to bed? I'm like, I don't know, like 10:30, 11. She's like, but are you really tired tonight? So you're probably going to go to bed earlier. And I'm like, yeah, probably. I am pretty darn tired. I'm going to just like take a bubble bath and like go chill because I got a big day tomorrow. I'm like, what time are you going to bed? What did you eat for breakfast? Like, why is she asking me these things?
So I'm asking her these like probing, obnoxious questions because after I landed, I really wanted to be able to go over to her house and knock on her door and surprise her that night. I didn't want to show up at the shop the next morning because I was like, that's just like emotionally a lot. Like, I at least want her to know that I'm like here instead of like bombarding her like during the day of the event. I was trying to be like sensitive to that. Okay, well, I was a total creeper, so I don't know if the way I did it was like any better, but I basically texted her and I was like, Cami, I know you're like really tired, but I'm having something delivered to you and it's supposed to get there at 8 p.m. So will you be up to like, it has to be brought inside? And she was like, oh, what is it? I'm so excited. Yay. And I was like
it's
I can't tell you. Honestly, if it hadn't been me, it probably would have been a cake. So.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it has to be brought inside. So the possums don't eat it. It's definitely going to be a cake or something, like, or flowers.
So I drive her mother-in-law's car over to her house, which is like 5 minutes away. And I realized the first mistake I made is I pulled way too far down the driveway because I was like, oh, I was like, a delivery person would not pull up like right next to Alex's car by the garage. So I was like, ah, crap. Like, oh, well, it's too late now. And I want to preface this and say that Cami's mother-in-law and Alex had both like joked with me. They're like, be careful because if you scare her, like she'll probably have her gun because she's being really cautious, you know, and like protective.
They were like, don't do anything weird.
Yes. And at that point, like you were home alone because Alex was away for business that evening and wasn't going to get back until later. So I was like, oh, okay, ha ha ha. Like, anyways, when I walk up to the front door, I like purposely blocked the Ring doorbell with my back.
Which is what you should not do.
Yeah, things not to do when you surprise a friend. And I had like hidden my face with my hair. I was just like being really weird. And Cami was like, what is this delivery person doing? Why are they being like sketchy?
Yeah, she had like her hand over it and like blocking the ring like purposely. And I was like, and just standing there. And I was like, what is this person? They're literally just standing at my door. And I was like, all right, let's go. In my Christmas pajamas.
Okay, so the way that your front door opens is so interesting to me too because it opens outward.
Yeah, no, it's really annoying.
My dad gave me this whole talk about apparently that's safer. If someone tries to break your door down, it's harder. And I was like, oh, okay. Thanks for that information. But anyways, so I'm like standing in front of the Ring doorbell and she like opens the door and is like, hello? Like mean mugging me in her Christmas pajamas. And she has like one hand hidden kind of behind the other side of the door. And I was like, surprise! You know, I said,
I just literally stared at her like with the meanest face for like 5 seconds until it registered when I was like,
and it was actually me because you said in your head, you were like, huh, this is weird. This girl looks like Elisabeth. Oh my gosh, it is Elisabeth. So then she like freaks out and steps out behind the door and she actually legit had her gun in her hand. Of course, safety on and everything. All right. We know gun safety around here. And I was not worried for my safety or anything like that. But I was cracking up because I told Alex, I was like, you were right. Like she would have protected herself in that instance if somebody was trying to harm her.
Do not come to my house and block the Ring doorbell, everybody. All right? Okay. And then I just started crying. So that worked out well.
She was like, what is happening? This literally makes zero sense. I don't understand. Oh man. So I was just like so freaking excited to be there. And we sat on the couch and she just like cried and laughed and we just hung out for
It was such a good surprise.
yeah, we probably chatted for like an hour that night. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna like go back to your mother-in-law's house and I'll be back in the morning.
What is going on? Anyway, so very good surprise. So then Elisabeth got to be here for the event, which was really fun. And I picked her up from her house, like I was taking her to school.
I know. It was so funny.
And yeah, so it was just like a full day of prepping for the sip and shop. So in my head, I had kind of like anticipated around 75 to 150 people because I just the whole time I was like, I truly don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. I don't know. We'll see what's going to go down. So for getting all the prep work done, I had printed little flyers to give to the business next door to hand out to their customers. There's apartments across the street and they gave out to their residents. They also did like a text to all their residents, gave them to people that I would just see and be like, oh, don't forget to come to this. And so I printed about 250 of those and I think I passed out like 175 because I still have a few left. So that was like one of the first things I did and just put like, hey, here's the hours. Come enjoy some champagne, some sweets while you shop. And made it on nice paper too from the printer across the street. So
it was on nice paper. They were very, very cute.
I thought they were super cute. So that was like the first thing I did, just to have something physical to give to people and have the address and things like that. And I also created a Facebook event because once people see those events, they can get shared, or if they see one of their friends is attending, it just kind of helps build some traction on there. Mm-hmm. So those were the two things I did to kind of like kick off things.
Yes, exactly. And when we went into the shop first thing in the morning, well, I actually got to see like everything kind of put together. I had seen the shop briefly when I was there during the baby shower weekend, but I definitely got more of like the in-depth look at everything this time. And we basically, okay, I had Cami put me to work, which she did not want to do, which was so funny. She was like, I can't put you to work. I can't make you do stuff. And I was like, what? Am I just supposed to like sit in here and stare at you all day? That's gonna be really freaking awkward. So Julianne and I printed some barcodes, which thankfully we did not like mess anything up. At least as far as I know, we didn't mess anything up. I don't know, Cami.
I was going to tell you. I'm just kidding.
Okay. It was nerve-wracking because there's so many moving pieces and stuff. So I just had like the grand old time making sure all of the cards on the card wall had their barcodes on them and like went around the shop checking to make sure everything else did too. And luckily they have a good way of looking things up if things aren't barcoded or caught for some reason or another. But yep. And then I like sleeved a bunch of cards. I was just having the best grand old time.
She literally went right to work, you guys. Like I was just like, okay. And she was just like working the entire time. I was like, you did not have to fly down here to work.
I wanted to. I literally wanted to be like part of the craziness for a day and just like be on the inside and like see how it worked and like be part of the team because I don't know. I'm just like far away.
Well, I'm glad you got to come be part of the team for one day. And I mean, it is a lot of fun. Like we definitely have a lot of fun here and it's chaotic. I mean, as you can imagine, guys, if I'm running the show, it's going to be a little bit hectic, but we definitely have fun here. And so then on top of getting the shop ready, we also have like a little outdoor space, like a little grassy area that I wanted to utilize for the event to put the bar out there and little treat table and some extra product out there in a tent and all twinkle lights and this whole like photo backdrop thing. I had this like huge vinyl backdrop printed, you guys. It was like 6 feet by 8 feet of one of my paintings and hung it on the fence and then put Christmas trees in front of it. It looked really good.
Yeah, it looked so good.
Yeah, and we rented cocktail tables to put in front of that. So there was a whole nother like level of event setup that honestly wasn't even like super necessary, but I had to do it. So I'm just making it more special. So we had cocktail tables. I bought this cute little bar cart. I already had a tent. I bought all these lights. I kept breaking the lights. So there was a lot of setup involved, and there was a ton of work that I anticipated, but I was like, as long as I got the shop in order, I'll be fine. Then I was like, oh shoot, I gotta like get the outdoor ready too.
Yeah.
So, but we definitely pulled it off, and I'm like, dang, event planners, you guys are good, because that was, it's a lot. That was like a very simple event, and it was still like a ton of like moving parts and
Yes.
pieces.
Yeah, so many moving parts. I mean, like Cami's out there like super pregnant, like putting the tent up, like I don't even know. I was like, and then we like tied up, like she said, that little Christmas tree banner with the Christmas trees where looked like so good, like super, super good. She had kind of told me that she had a vision for that, but I didn't understand. Like I didn't get it until it was up.
Yes, I was like, this is the focal point of everything. Okay.
Yes. Yep. And having all of your little tables too with the tablecloths, because Jacqueline was able to like coordinate some rentals and stuff for them, which was really great. We had to tape down the little centerpieces though. It was more windy that day, I think, than we had anticipated.
Yeah. And I bought 30 bottles of champagne because I was worried I was going to run out. I don't even know like how far like one bottle goes, but I was just like, I do not want to run out of stuff. Like I had little French macaroons and little cream puffs and brownie bites and chocolate chip cookies, you guys. It was delightful.
Yeah. And Julianne and I were just like two peas in a pod the entire time. It was hilarious. It was so great finally meeting like all the ladies in person that I have like heard so much about. So Cami's surrounded by some really special people and it's really cool.
Yeah, I have the best team. I really do. Like I'm very thankful and grateful for them, and we definitely all mesh really well together and work well together, and it's everyone has their strengths, and it worked out perfectly. So
yeah. And I was accidentally in the team photo.
Elizabeth's in the team photo, but that's okay.
Whoops. I was like, oh,
I need
crap.
to post those photos. I have a bunch of photos, you guys.
So freaking cute.
I hired a little photographer to come. It's actually one of my employees, her roommate, and she came and took some really beautiful photos. And I was just like, I'm so glad I did this, because it was just nice to see it. And it was really fun to see people's reactions, like my friends, and to come by and they haven't seen the new space, and everyone walking in for the first time was just like really cool. And they're just like, oh my gosh. Because I feel like we have worked really hard on making the shop like this magical experience. And it is a lot of work, like trying to figure out how to merchandise things and make things look good and still have a good flow where you can find them. And, you know, how do you make it not like completely Christmas in there while it's Christmas right now? And then the whole next problem will be, you know, how do I transition into another holiday without my trees? Because I love the trees so much. But I got some stuff ready for Valentine's Day, so I just might need a few more display pieces. So definitely going to need a storage unit, considering I have 5 Christmas trees that I bought. Oh.
Are there really 5?
Yeah. Those 3 little ones. The 3 little ones, like.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking of the 2 big ones. Okay. Yeah. One of the funnier things that happened was when we were setting up the tent area. Well, Cami and I like strung all the lights. We were like super proud of that. It was quite the production of like zigzagging back and forth on the tent. And then we hung up this balloon garland from Paper Goat in Post. Did I say that right?
Oh, yes. Paper Goat Post gave us a balloon garland, which was the sweetest thing ever. They just like came out like, we made you a balloon garland for the event. And I was so thankful. Megan and Cedar at Paper Goat Post are amazing. And you guys check out their websites, papergoatpost.com. They're amazing. We've had them on the show before too. So they're another stationery shop just a couple miles from me. And it's been really great because I've been able to talk to them about things, and they've been super helpful and bringing me baby clothes. I mean, they're just like such great girls. So they came by with a balloon garland, and we decided to do it outside, but then it was going to block part of the vinyl backdrop of the watercolor scene. I was like, okay, I got to figure out a different spot for it. And so
the funny thing was that the type of grass that you guys have in the little side area is like, I called it sharp and mean grass, because we put the balloon garland down at one point and the grass was like popping some of the balloons. And then we were like, trying to like hold it off of the ground while we were like tying it up. Yes.
Elisabeth was screaming every time a balloon popped, Elisabeth would scream. And Julia was like, you didn't calm down.
I do not, yes. Obviously do
Which
not
was
like
great.
popping balloons. Do not like loud popping noises in general. So I just like removed myself from the situation eventually. Because I was like,
No.
I can't handle this. Stressing me out. But you got it
I
up and it
know.
looked so cute because it was kind of like over behind the little bar area. And then you had a table that had a bunch of paper goods and products out there as well. And it was just like really, really well done. It was amazing. I'm so glad I got to be like a little part of the day and kind of like experience the magic of Cami Monet.
Unwrap the magic of the holidays at Cami Monet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was so much fun. I'm like, guys, we got to do one in December. I don't know when, but we're going to do another one. So a little more low key this time. Probably not going to do a whole
the tent situation. One funny thing that happened was that there was some goodie bag confusion. I don't know if you want me to say this, Cami, but I thought it was funny. Well, it wasn't funny. There was some goodie bag confusion because the goodie bags were for people who purchased $75 of merchandise or more, and then they would get a goodie bag. Some people were taking them for free.
Yes, that got miscommunicated with some ladies. So yes, we did get some goodie bags taken. They were under the tree, but it looked really freaking cute. But you know what? It's okay. Now they get some extra free
and maybe
stuff,
somebody will see it and then they'll want more. Who knows? Maybe it'll all work out in the end.
But yeah, so I kind of threw my team in there too because this was kind of like our first test run to see how things would go with like the checkout and running the cash register and things like that. And we hadn't done that really at all yet, just like some practice runs. And I was just like, okay, here we go. And it all like, that's really the way to throw it in. It's just being like, all right, we're going to invite 100 people. Here's the cash register and go. Like, not like a couple of customers. I think we did have like 1 or 2 customers before that that kind of stumbled in. But that's like definitely the way to do it. Just like throw everyone in the deep end and be like, here we go. Here's what's happening. So yeah. And I was so worried about not having enough product or something running out. So I just had everyone like make a ton of stuff like packaged, ready to go, barcoded, ready to go, like ready to set out. So it did set us up really easily for getting out orders the next week because we had so many things already prepped and packaged, and now we're like back to zero again. So all good. But I was like, we gotta go. We gotta have everything ready. So everyone worked super freaking hard the week leading up to it, especially with a week's notice.
Also, whatever tacos we had for lunch were freaking amazing. Hungry taco, right?
Hunger street tacos, yes.
Hunger street tacos. I can never get it right. Yeah, Cami and Alex did a great job like making sure that everyone had food throughout the day, like as we were getting everything ready, which I like always extra appreciate. So we weren't like starving while we were working. But Julianne and I were just like in the back room making gift tag boxes, which guys, the way that Cami has tied the ribbon for that is like a magic trick. I had to do it like 10 times, literally like 10 times before I finally got it to be tied the way that the like sample one was. I was like, I can't, how do I freaking tie this? It's just wrapping ribbon around a tag and I like couldn't get it. So there's so much like everything in Cami's shop is, I just feel like touched by so many hands, as it goes through the process of being like put together. I mean, it kind of goes to so many things that we've talked about of that these products aren't ordered from a place that like puts them all together. It's like Cami is the mastermind of like the magic essentially. So
yeah, we basically just have all the ingredients and then you have to bring it all together to make the final product. And yeah, you're like, oh, okay, cute gift box. But when you really think about what goes into this like box of gift tags, it's like, okay, here's the backer. Now we got to cut this thing so we can put the ribbon in there. And then you got to wrap the ribbon, but you also got to get the ribbon. And I get it at a certain place that I get it pre-cut. And then the backer goes in there. And then there's a sticker once you put all the gift tags in. It's like a whole ordeal.
Yes. Literally an entire ordeal, but it's really cool. I mean, Julianne, sorry. I was DMing Julianne like the following day and she was like, we already went through all of the gift tag boxes that we made last night.
It's a little
I was like,
problematic.
oh my gosh. Yeah, and I feel like one of the challenges for you too was when you're trying to strike this balance, right, between like how much stuff you barcode and how much you don't. But one of the nice things about that, I think that Julianne was saying, is that she was like, oh, Cami's fine with like if people order from Etsy or the website, like if something's barcoded, that's okay. You just can't send barcoded products to wholesalers.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want barcodes going to wholesalers for obvious reasons. And then if they order from us retail, it's okay if it has a barcode on it. I mean, we're going to try not to, but it's okay if it does because there's going to be some overlap. I mean, we don't have the space to be like, and here's barcoded stuff and here's non-barcoded. Or if we're like, if something's already got a barcode sticker on it, you can't really pull it off.
Doesn't make sense.
If it's out there and it's the last one, they're going to get that. Which is fine. So definitely a little bit of a tricky situation there. With the barcodes because every product has an individual one. So there's an individual sticker for every single type of product because we needed that to keep up with our inventory, which is like a huge ordeal when you're doing retail, wholesale, and a shop. And it would be a lot easier if I could just put stuff out there and put like card, $5, but I need one for each type of card. So I know how many we have left. And so definitely a much bigger endeavor than I wanted. And I was talking to Megan and Cedar from Paper Goat Post about it. And because the inventory isn't as much of an issue with them, they're able to do just like card, $5, candy, $8, or, print this and just have like by category versus each individual one. So that is not fun, I will say. But we have a good base now, and we printed out barcodes for pretty much everything. So every card box has like a roll of barcodes in it, and they just kind of like sit around. And we have little baggies full of like, here's all the stir stick ones, here's all this, and it works.
Yes, it does. No, it totally does. I got to help like sort some of the barcode slips like away into their boxes and stuff. I was having like a grand old time because my dad used to have a product warehouse like when I was a kid. So I would go help him pack orders and stuff. And like that was always the best thing for me. I freaking absolutely loved that. He had
you love organizing and that kind of thing. Like
I was like, this is the best. Like I took a picture of like the card wall and then I was like going through on my phone and like making little marks in the edit app, like on which ones needed barcodes and which ones didn't. I was like, I'm literally thriving right now. This is like, I love this so much.
Oh yeah. I knew you were just like having so much fun in the stock room because you were just like back there sitting on the floor just like making stuff. And I was like, do you want to like come out and hang out? Or like
I know, I miss seeing Jessie. I was so sad.
And, like mingle with the folks here, and you're like, no, you're in your Santa hat just on the ground making stuff.
I was very happy. I just like came down to like help and be present and be part of it, but not necessarily like mingle. That was like where my introverted side of me took over, I think. I was like, I'm just happy back here with the cards. Like, I just want to be back here with the cards and the candy and the sandwiches and stuff.
I mean, what more could you want? So I'd say the event was a success. And like I had a goal kind of in mind of what I wanted to hit, even though I was like, I truly do not have any sort of baseline of what this is going to look like. Are people going to buy stuff? Like how many people are going to come? Like you just truly do not know. So I was like, I kind of have an idea of what I would like to hit. And we were able to surpass that. So that was really cool. So I feel like I offset all the cost of like opening the shop in general with that. So, well, not all of them, but a lot of that. So I was like, okay, we're starting at like a really good place now. Just to, like offset some of those like bigger costs, like all the infrastructure and the point of sale system, the sign, that kind of thing. So I was like, okay, even though I'm still waiting on my sign, I cannot wait to get that. But,
when is that supposed to get in?
I don't know. I need to actually follow up with them. Probably like in January, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was supposed to be like 2 weeks ago.
No. it's like 8 weeks or something, 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know. But yeah, so I was like, okay, this was like a perfect little kickoff. And now I know for like, if I want to go bigger, like what my baseline is now. So I know like where to kind of set my goals on. And then if I did something smaller, can kind of see how that works. If like, the draw of like having all this other stuff helps having the, just be able to compare and contrast. And so it was a good little intro into everything. And it was just really nice to have people all in the shop. It got pretty crowded in there. Like I had to ask people to move.
I know.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. There's so much to see in there. Like it's really cool seeing everything that you've brought in and you've done. She brought in some candy that's really good.
I just got like 10 more boxes of candy.
I know. I saw you eating some of it. I was like cracking up.
We just got a lot because I was like, they were having a 20% off sale. So I was like, I'm going to stock up for next year.
When those were the things you were eating were the really sour stuff, right?
Yeah, I got some rainbow ones now.
I know. It's crazy. She's just sitting there eating them like no big deal. Like Alex gave me a piece of that to try when I was there and I could like my whole face like scrunched up.
I love sour stuff. Yeah, we have like Candy Club candy that I brought in. These like little Christmas trees, these like cute little living Christmas trees. You guys are so cute. They're like the best stocking stuffers. We have candles. I just brought in some mini piñatas. We haven't put them out yet, but for after the holidays, mini piñatas. We have like emergency confetti packs and like tissue paper garland and confetti and just a couple things that kind of match the vibe, but not competitors.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. No, it's really smart how you've done all of that because your products can kind of be the star of the show and those are the supporting actors. So
yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do is just bring in some supporting actors and see how that goes. And so it's been reassuring when people not only buy my products, but then they'll buy something that goes like in tandem with it, like something else like, oh, see, that would have been a perfect pairing. Like this little candle that says hooray, and then you get a party pin it with it. And like, it all makes sense. So it's been fun. I've definitely enjoyed like shopping for the shop, like buying things.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So Valentine's Day, we're going to have like these big heart lollipops and stuff. Like it's going to be so cute. Some fun stuff.
Oh my gosh.
The way I'm going to display them is going to be really fun. Oh, like I brought in some rainbow bottle brush Christmas trees. They're really adorable.
Rainbow what? Christmas
the bottle brush Christmas trees,
Oh, the ones that you had set out?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what those are called. Bottle brush Christmas trees. Oh, that's
bottle brush trees.
Bottle brush trees. That makes sense because they look like they could clean a bottle.
Yes. So yeah, just from other like small makers and stuff too, which has been cool. And like there's a couple other local makers, and I'm like, you guys do wholesale? Because I would love to bring you in. So I'm like, this is so darn fun. So even if like this never works out, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I feel like it will. It's just been like really fun watching everything grow. And obviously, I mean, your business has changed probably the most it has ever changed, to be honest, in the past 4 months. Like since like, I guess August was when you kind of moved in and then brought in so many employees, got the shop set up, like renovated, obviously the studio because it was such a mess before you took it over.
Yeah, for sure. It's been like a crazy back half of the year.
Yeah.
I know. Like, I can't believe how like short of time it's been.
Yeah, I know. Because it feels like you have done so much in that time, which is really cool and admirable.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, holy cannoli. Like, I was like, I'm getting a space. And then I was like, and now I'm going to have 3 employees. And now I'm going to open a brick and mortar. So.
It was like one thing led to another.
Yeah.
That escalated quickly, as they would say.
That did escalate quickly. Like, I think I've said this a ton on my stories, but I really did not plan on opening the brick and mortar, you guys. It's just when I saw this space, I was like, I kind of have to. It's so cute. That'll be fun. It'll just be a good way to test the waters without going full retail shop. But like now, sorry, my leg just like did some weird. Now I'm like, if I did have like a place with a lot of foot traffic, I'm like, I feel like I would do really well. Like, I feel like like so far, just with having the amount of, we haven't been open very long. We haven't had like a ton of customers, but anyone who walks in, I'm like, I feel like if I did have people who just randomly stumbled in, it would do good. So maybe that's the next goal for
yes,
for later. I say that, and then it'll be like 3 months from now. So.
I know, later down the road.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like we were just talking about this in like May when someone was like, what are your goals? And I'm like, one day I would love to have a brick and mortar in like 5 years. And then a couple months later, I was like, all right, we're going to do that. So
yeah, it's really cool. We plan on doing more like in-depth episodes like about the point of sale, about the barcode system, so that Cami can impart some of her wisdom there. Because I think you were telling me the other day, you were like, I was trying to look up some of how to do that stuff, and there's like nothing out there.
Yeah, there's not a ton out there about, the actual nuts and bolts of opening a shop and like what that looks like. It's all just like, yeah, you just got to work really hard and get a good profit margin. I'm like, but how did you do the point of sale? Like, how much cash do you keep in your cash rate? Like that kind of thing. Specifically for like a small business, like a boutique kind of thing. Like there's lots for like big companies and like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like there was something out there. So it was all just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants as usual and just figuring it out and seeing what happens. So I feel like I have learned some stuff, and hopefully like we can put together an episode where I can share more about those behind the scenes things, because I had so many questions and I could not find a ton of good answers about it.
Yeah, exactly. But there's so many things too that we're willing to share and impart our wisdom on if you guys join the A to Z directory. So that's my little pitch for that. If you guys are like, I don't want to wait for that barcode episode, or I don't want to wait for this or that. We do monthly power hours that are live, which means you guys can ask us about anything you want, including Cami's shop and all the experiences with that. So go over to bizbirthdaybash.com/directory and join so that we can answer all your questions in there. And obviously other people answer questions and stuff too, which is really great. We have like a great happy medium in there. We have like more than 500 members, but we haven't hit 600. I think we're at like 570. So I feel like it's a great group with like a variety of perspectives and people in there without being like completely overwhelming. And we try to make sure we answer everyone's things. So
it's an amazing group. I love that group. So yeah, definitely go join. Get all the things you need to know to figure out how to make your own products, and you can open your own shop. See, there you go. Boom.
Boom. Ta-da. Done.
Easy breezy.
Yeah. I love the idea of having a shop that just wouldn't have my products. I would just source other people's products, like Cami's. I will just wholesale Cami's stuff in my shop.
I know. See, that'd be so fun too. Like that would also be very, very fun. Because like as I was like putting stuff out, I'm like, this is what I need stuff to fill. I feel like if I had something that was round here, it would look really good on the shelf. That's like kind of how I went. It was like visually. Oh, I brought in coffee too. I got to show you these coffee bags. Did you see the coffee bags? Those are really cute.
I think so. I think I saw some of them.
Oh, that's so funny too. Because someone from our Biz Birthday Bash group came in, and she was from Greenville, and that's where the coffee is from. And she's like, oh, I recognize this coffee. And her family came in. Oh, shoot. I just forgot her name, but her Instagram is Printed Water.
Okay.
What's her name? Anyway, so that was fun. It's been really fun seeing some of you guys come in. I've just been like, oh my Lanta. Because I'll be like, how did you find out? And they're like, I follow you on Instagram, or I'm in the Biz Birthday Bash group. And I'm like, no freaking way. That's crazy. Like, it's been really cool.
Yes. We definitely met a girl at the actual night of this sip and shop who was so sweet, and she had listened to the podcast.
Hala.
Yes.
Did I say it right? Oh gosh. Okay.
Yes. No, so sweet and so fun. She was like, oh my gosh, I listen to you guys. Like, we love meeting people in person. It's so fun.
I know. And I was like, oh, Elisabeth's here. Do you want to meet her too? And she was like, what? So
I know. I was like, oh, surprise, it's me.
I know. Everyone, I just kept like bringing people behind everything. I was like, sorry, it's a mess, but here's what's going on. Because it was like a disaster in the back rooms. Like trying to.
That's all right. You guys have a lot of stuff going on. It's just kind of the way things go there.
Yep. It's just, it's just the box warehouse, basically.
I know. Oh my gosh. So many boxes. It's absolutely hilarious. But
I know. Yeah.
It's really
One day
cool.
I'd like to make my office cute, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
The time is not now, probably.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's okay, though.
It's all right. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed the recap of the surprise and everything that went into the sip and shop. And So many fun details. Cami just did. I'll sing her praises to the moon and back because she really just did like a phenomenal job, and it was really special. And her dress was adorable. I have to say that too.
I got it on Amazon. I'll put a link somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I put it in my 5 faves a while ago, but I will post it on stories when this comes out. It was really cute and like $30.
She was like, do I wear this dress or this dress? I was like, definitely this one.
A little more extra. So.
A little more extra. Yeah, it was perfect. A little bit of Lexus. Sorry, that's a Schitt's Creek reference.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't watch that show. But I do know that.
Yes, I know. So fucking funny. All right, guys, we love you. If you have any questions, drop them in Q and Cake. I'm sure Cami would love to continue to answer stuff about the brick and mortar and everything that goes into that. And leave us a rating and review on iTunes. And we will see you guys next time.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, we just wanted to hop in and talk about one of our amazing resources, the A to Z directory. All of us have thought at some point, how did she do that or how did she make that? And maybe you don't know where to start or how the heck to produce this amazing product you've dreamt up.
Well, the A to Z directory is the missing puzzle piece in your biz, you guys, seriously. So it's built in the form of a yearly membership, and it's your one-stop shop for finding suppliers and vendors for all the things. Literally where to print everything from custom invitations, greeting cards, mugs, koozies, acrylic printing, letterpress, custom ribbon. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it literally goes from A to Z. From acrylic printers to zipper pouches, we have it in the A to Z directory.
We want to help all of you search less and create more with this list of 300 plus vendors and suppliers. Don't worry, they're very organized. It's not going to be overwhelming and confusing when you join. And this membership also includes access to a private Facebook community. It's incredibly active and involved. And if you need a question answered fast, that is definitely the place to go.
Yeah, our Facebook group really is the best. You guys, everyone is so helpful in there. And we're in there too, answering questions you guys might have. So it's a great way to get access to us and ask us things without sliding into our DMs. So we're more likely to answer you in the Facebook group, just saying. Anyway, also in the Facebook group, this is new for 2020 and we're really excited about it. We are hosting monthly Power Hour Q&A sessions that are live, and these are only available to our A to Z directory members. So you can hop in with us live and ask us all your burning questions in real time and just hang out with us every month. And we do these at different times so you can actually be there live, and the replays are always available in the Facebook group for members.
This resource is priced at $147 a year, which honestly is extremely affordable and it's full of so many benefits, such as exclusive vendor coupons for members only. And we would love to have you guys join. Seriously, it's kind of like our family and our tribe. So visit bizbirthdaybash.com/directory to sign up today and use coupon code podcast2020 to receive $20 off your first year. That's podcast, all caps, 2020 for $20 off your first year.
We can't wait to see you in the Facebook group.